So, what's your name?
Well, my name is Zach Higley. Like Mr. Sisney said, I was a student here in 2009. Pretty much left for the Marine Corps half a month after I graduated, went to boot camp. And now I'm here, about to finish up my third year, got one more year, and I'm getting out coming home.
Why did you pick the service branch that you joined?
Well, I really don't know. It's not really an exact answer I have for that. I just kind of went with what my buddies Aaron Merrill and Matt Owens did. They graduated a year before me. Both of them are in the Marine Corps. Merrill just got done with his second combat deployment, and Matt Owens is currently stationed in Okinawa, Japan right now. And just basically just followed their footsteps, and here I am.
Do you recall your first days of service?
Oh, absolutely. I can remember pretty much every single day. From the first day I stepped off the bus at boot camp out in MCRD in California to all the patrols I did in Afghanistan last year to what I did last week. I can remember everything.
So those first few days, what did it feel like?
It was crazy having, drill instructors running around yelling at you the whole time, telling you to do all this crazy stuff. They kept us up for 3 days straight with no sleep, just so we knew what stress factors were like in the Marine Corps, and just making us do all sorts of crazy PT. None of us had ever done anything like that before, just running everywhere, no water, no sleep, no food, running, yelling, doing pull-ups, just lifting weights all the time, just crazy stuff without any kind of rest period whatsoever. It was nuts.
So how'd you get through it?
I have no idea. Just kept my chin up and just kept pushing. Just remembered my buddies did it, so I figured, they were able to do it, I can do it.
Which war did you serve in?
Afghanistan.
Where exactly did you go?
Helmand Province, the Domshur district, and about pretty much the southernmost tip of Afghanistan.
What was it like when you got there?
It was weird. First time I've ever been out of the country. There was just open, desolate sand and mountains everywhere. It was like a no man's land out there. It's hard to imagine anybody could ever live there.
What was your job or your assignment?
I was assigned to a scout sniper team, so we just did short-term reconnaissance and just staying out overnight in holes or whatever, just observing areas that our intel thought were hot spots for enemy travel and stuff. And basically, we look out for bad guys doing bad stuff and shoot them.
So did you see combat?
Oh yeah, we seen, especially when we first got there, it was, we hadn't even done patrols yet, and we started getting mortared on our first or second day in Afghanistan, just shells coming inbound, and then they'd open up with an RPK, machine gun fire, and RPGs, and it was definitely a wake-up call when you first got there. And we seen probably, we were in a firefight probably about every other day.
Were there many casualties in your unit?
Surprisingly not. We actually had the second most hostile area in Afghanistan, and we had one guy in my entire battalion was killed from an IED, and we had 2 guys from my company, one guy from my team that stepped on IEDs, and one was a double amputee and one was just a single amputee on his legs.
Can you talk about a couple of your most memorable experiences?
My most memorable was first operation we did, first time going out, and actually being able to see the enemy there, popping over walls, shooting at us, and then just being in that moment of shooting back. And that's definitely one of them. And then my second most memorable is on February 2nd at 5:30 in the morning over there. We were doing a patrol, setting up a hide site, about to be done, just to observe the river for the next 3 days. And me and 2 of my real good buddies who I keep in touch with, both of them are probably going to be at my wedding next week actually. I was on point leading the patrol, and I triggered an IED, and it blew up on my buddy 2 feet behind me, blew his leg off, and then it messed up my other buddy from the concussion of his spine, so he has terminal brain injury now. But that day, especially, like, I'll never forget that.
Were you awarded any medals or citations?
Yes, actually, this one right here, the green one, is a Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medal. I got it for an operation we did with a light armor reconnaissance unit down even further south, pretty much like by the Pakistan border. And I got it I was a radio operator for the sniper team, and basically I was kind of just chilling with my team, and there was not anything going on the entire 2 days, for the first 2 days we were there. So we kind of let our guard down, and we actually started taking contact from 3 different directions in the ambush, and we had machine gun fire laying on us, and as we were shooting back and stuff, just popping down targets whenever we could see them, there was an adjacent squad that was patrolling up to come give us support, and I actually witnessed in my spotting scope Taliban insurgent radioing in and pointing at this adjacent squad. So I radioed them, hey, you guys need to stop your patrol, back up, there's a guy watching you. And as soon as I got off transmission with them on the radio, an IED blew up 15 meters in front of them, and luckily nobody got hurt. So I got my medal for being able to basically prevent that from happening and preventing any other Marines from getting hurt.
Okay. How did you stay in touch with your family?
The bases I stayed at, when pretty much any time we had downtime, we had computers there and stuff. I was able to stay at some of the bigger bases, so I was on, Facebook quite a bit, and then we had some phones there, and our team had a sat phone, so I was able to call home quite a bit whenever we weren't out patrolling and stuff. So
What was the food like?
terrible. I mean, any kind of military food is just gross. So we'd actually go out in towns and we'd spend our money on rice or chicken or just anything we could. We'd buy goats and then we'd cook them. But I mean, my main thing I lived off of was care packages, and that was Chef Boyardee ravioli and ramen noodles.
So while this is going on, did you feel pressure, or stress, or anything?
Oh, every day. I mean, my unit itself found 500 IEDs the whole time we were there, which you can look it up. My battalion has the #1 track record now for finding IEDs in Afghanistan. And I mean, just the thought of that, we found 10, 15 IEDs on one patrol, and we did 2 or 3 patrols a day. And just going out there, just knowing that fact that there could be a 6-pound bomb or a 55-pound bomb sitting under the ground where you're stepping, you never knew, and that just always was in the back of your mind. And just the thought of, that bush over there, or that guy standing there talking on the phone, he could press a button, or a machine gun nest could pop up from behind that bush and just wipe out an entire patrol. As constant stress, just always thinking of that.
Just in case maybe they don't know, can you explain to the kids what an IED is?
IED basically is it's an improvised explosive device. Like, they make them out of household materials, just grease and anything they can get a hold of. They just mix them together, and we'll put it in a plastic jug, take 2 boards and 2 wooden boards, put a piece of metal on each side, have a battery pack of just like 8 D-cell batteries, hook it up to the board. So when you step on that board, it makes the connectivity go, and then they can just take gunpowder out of bullets and pack it into like a pin, like cut up a pin or something, pack it full of gunpowder, make a blasting cap, and put it on that whatever material they make for the high explosive material, and put a bunch of pieces of metal, nails, ball bearings, anything on top of that, and you step on that, and it's going to shred right through you. So.
Was there something special you did for good luck?
Actually, the only thing I really did is Brittany sent me a hair tie when I was over there, and I wore it on my arm every day and never took it off.
Do you recall any particularly humorous or unusual event?
Oh, there was always joking going on. My buddy Bivens, who was in my team, he's probably as stout as that door, just big old guy. Like, if you seen him, you wouldn't mess with him, but he's the nicest guy ever, sweet as can be, and he's the most clumsiest guy I've ever met. every time we go on patrols, we'd be going through a field or something, and there'd be a canal as wide as that desk, you know, like he'd fall in every single time. I mean, it was just, that's what made our day, just walking around with him, just him falling all the time and being clumsy. So,
Do you have photographs of when you were over there? Not
Oh,
on
I-
Mike, not with you now, but
yeah, I have quite a bit of photographs on my Facebook and then just on printed copies and stuff.
So who are some of the people in the photos?
My good buddy, Sergeant Smitherman, he actually just transferred units. He wanted to go back to Afghanistan, so he's in a 2-5 now. My buddy Bivens is in a couple of them. My buddy Perales, we have pictures before he lost his leg in some of them. My team leader, Sergeant Marquez, Corporal Cooley, and Corporal Johnson are in quite a bit of them.
What did you think of the officers or your fellow soldiers?
Oh, our officers are turds. Yeah, we pretty much did our own thing. We never really listened to them over there because they didn't know what they were doing. None of them had ever deployed before, and you know, most of the guys that were leading me, just the enlisted side, like they had all been in since the beginning of Fallujah, Iraq. So, I mean, we never really listened to any of those guys. We just followed our guys and did our own thing. So.
Yesterday when we were at the VA talking to some of those vets, they talked about the camaraderie that developed both in boot camp and when they were with their units. It was the same thing with you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, especially in boot camp, like, I mean, those guys are just with you for 3 months, but it's 3 months of pretty much hell that you have to basically just put up with each other, and you become really good friends. I'm still in touch with pretty much my whole platoon from boot camp on Facebook and stuff. I mean, we talk all the time. And but with everybody has different jobs and everything, so everybody gets separated after boot camp, and then everybody goes to different units. But I mean, especially once you get to your unit, I mean, you have that brotherhood from boot camp with everybody. Like, you know, hey, we were able to, you know, get by without getting yelled at today or whatever, you know. But the guys in your unit, you train every single day to go to combat. I mean, that's our job. We're infantry Marines, so that's what we do on a day-to-day basis, just train for combat. Train to, I mean, I'm medically qualified for combat trauma and stuff, so, you know, we train for that. Just training itself brings you so much closer together, because once you do go over there, it's going to be those guys that you trained with for 9, 10 months, you know, a whole year, that are going to be fighting right beside you when bullets start flying over your head. I mean, it's a crazy feeling when you think about it. You could be sitting there, you could totally hate somebody, you know, like sitting in the back, like on a weekend or something, you know, totally hate a guy. You can get in a fight with a guy on the weekend, you know, beat the crap out of each other. But, you know, if you deployed the next day and bullets started flying over your heads, he'd be right there giving you his last magazine of ammo if, you know, you were out. So.
Where else did you go besides Afghanistan?
Well, I've been down to Mexico doing operations with the basically border patrol and stuff, and right around there. I've done operations across Camp Pendleton, just being a sniper team. We just pretty much have gone out and looked for illegal aliens and stuff. Been to Colombia for a little while, and then other than that, it's just on our way to Afghanistan, we stopped in Bulgaria and then Kyrgyzstan, and then on the way back, we stopped in Germany and then stopped in Bulgaria, and that's pretty much it.
Anything else you'd like to add we haven't covered?
I mean, no, I mean, it's crazy, I mean, being over there. I mean, if anybody's ever interested in joining, you know, the military, I mean, I'm a Marine, so I'm going to say join the Marines, but, you know, definitely talk to all your recruiters before you just pick one thing, because, you know, infantry's my thing, but I was just a dumb little farmer, so I wasn't going to school to do anything else, so, you know, I mean, there's always something else out there that could be better. I mean, sometimes I wish I would have done something different, but, I mean, in the long run, I probably wouldn't have, so.
How do you think the military has affected your life?
Oh, it's definitely made me grow up. I mean, compared to how I was in high school, just being a jokester, didn't care about anything, you know. I mean, now I'm looking for a house. I'm 20 years old. I'm looking for a house. I'm getting married next weekend, you know. So, I mean, it's definitely made me man up and grow up and realize what the important things are in life.
Would you do it again?
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't change a thing.
Do you students have any questions?
But it's shy.
Apparently, they're not usually. Usually I can't get them to shut up. All right, well,